Hey, my beautiful friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. New visitors, existing friends, new subscribers, all of you, you're welcome here. Today is Friday, the 13th of October, 2023. We're on the eve of a new moon. We are approaching this lunar solar eclipse. Whew, and here is your card of the day. All right, so we are using the Angel Guide Oracle deck by Kyle Gray with images by Jennifer Hawkyard. And we have Divine Guidance as our Archangel of the Week, Archangel Sandalphon. Divine Guidance, which is also the Herophant in some tarot decks, the Hermit in other tarot decks. Basically, the message of the week is search for the meaning in life and consider alternative approaches. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends this week. And then my isms for today. Good things are constantly flowing to me, and gratitude is the fuel of the universe. You want good things to come, you want great things to occur. Be grateful for the miracles that have already opened and spun open in your life. So, without further ado, let's give a quick shuffle. Thank you, angels, guardians, keepers of the light from all four corners and all realms. Thank you for reminding us of your presence and for revealing to me as your messenger what I need to know and convey. I set the intention to see, to feel, to hear, and to know your sacred words, and to deliver this message to enlighten and inspire people everywhere. There is our card. Transformation. I like this. Look, yesterday was about compassion. It was about loving yourself. It was about showing that glory of God and the universe that lives within us, getting into the divine matrix, joining up our energy with other people's energy to lift the spirit of mankind all over the earth, which we so need right now. Love and compassion, but also transformation for the good of all everywhere. It's a really difficult, challenging time to be up for the good of all. Sometimes we have to face some pretty wretched things, situations, people, and I'm not trying to trivialize it, and I'm certainly not trying to kid glove it. There is a lot of turmoil that has a veil of heaviness about us, about our hearts, about our minds, about our lives. And yes, we can turn to the power of prayer with Archangel Sandalphon to ask for divine guidance. Not an accident that this card should be chosen on Sunday, last Sunday, that we're looking for divine guidance. We're looking for the right things to think and to say and to do. And so that our actions of love and our actions of compassion and our actions of understanding and peace can shine out like that lighthouse that shows all sailors where the shore is, where there's a safe harbor, where we're coming into some sort of safety. Transformation is accepting where we are, what we're about, the place we find ourselves, and then being clear about where we're going. And this transformation card is confirmation that indeed we are all in this great energy of transformation. We are all going to somewhere much, much better, and we should be following our heart's desires, people. We should be going for gold. We should be going for the glory. So when this card shows up as it is today, the angels are acknowledging the emotional and physical transformations that are taking place in your life right now. They can see more clearly what you've released and how you've let go of those crusty thoughts and situations. There's a feeling of renewal right now with this eclipse coming and this new moon coming, in your goals and your dreams and your wishes, moving into the space where you are far more comfortable than you ever have been with who you truly are. You've got this spark of splendor burning in the depths of your soul. This spark that we talked about yesterday, this magic of miracles, is creating positive and loving experiences, changes for you right now. It's time to enjoy the benefits of all of these commitments and all of your growth. Move way beyond the energies and the situations that you no longer want, that you no longer need, and that you're no longer willing to buy into. You've got to have this real sense of a new purpose, a real sense of clearing out right now. Not just the physical, but the mental, the spiritual too. Remove the clutter and the debris from your world and welcome in all this new, lovely, wonderful transformation, just like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon, ready to move beyond any limitation that you put upon yourself, moving away from stagnancy, moving away from that feeling of sickness, that feeling of, oh, dread, that feeling of, oh my goodness, what's this all about? Not saying that it won't pop back up, because you know the ego has a creepy way of doing that. Just when you think, just when you think, I got this, I'm all good to go. Yeah, no need for this nonsense. I got it. Yep, spit spot, let's go. Here comes something else. I mean, that should sound familiar to most of us. That's when you remember and remind yourself, oh, I got this too. Oh, yeah, bring it. Bring it, people. I got it. I can take care of it. 2 clicks and a twist, as RuPaul would say. Be gone, be gone, be gone. I feel like I need one of them glitter wands, you know, to wave about. Whoosh, 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 go, go, go. That's what it feels like to me. I am not trying to trivialize what's going on in the world. I am not trying to make light of it. I'm just wanting to clear out the heaviness. There's this thing that I think a lot of folks who follow a spiritual path, whether you want to call it the yellow brick road of what's it called? What is that movie? Wizard of Oz, right? There's this piece in all of us that when there's a heaviness and a darkness, and I think I've said this before, you know, you really don't want to be a giggle at a funeral. You just don't. However, there is, although some funerals, I think, oh my God, did they really do that? Yes, I have gone to some that have been rather colourful and interesting. And I have friends that are on the other side that have passed, that they want nothing more than to just giggle and laugh at people. That's just wrong in many situations. And if you are grieving, I'm not trying to make light of that. What I'm saying is that's sometimes what it takes. It sometimes takes that little bit of silliness, that little bit of, you know, I've sat in this soup of sadness and silliness for too long. It's time for me to bust open. It's time for me to spread that sparkle and that joy and that little bit of crazy. I mean, really, this is what it feels like to transform from all the old. It's a bit like, go get those glittery eyelashes. I mean, seriously, pull your tinsel out from up in your attic and go through your baubles. It is really like that. Divine guidance is saying, find the joy, find the love, find the laughter, find the peace. Just find what lifts you up, what lifts that heart up. And we said yesterday, even if you walk up to a complete stranger who looks like they're in it, they are really in it. See if you can't smile at them. And if you feel compelled, if that joy and that compassion and that sense of, I think I'm going to just tell somebody it's going to be okay. Let's get a cup of coffee. Or it's going to be all right. Sit down, have a cup of tea and a biscuit. All those kind of little things that you can do. That means so much. Clearing out the cobwebs. Clearing out the muck. Clearing out, it's work, people. It's putting those rubber gloves on and getting down to scrubbing it out. Scrubbing out the times and the places and the people that you've said things, done things that perhaps were just not so great. I've done it. And then you like, I'm sorry, shouldn't have done it. That was not a good thing to do. Then maybe you think you pause before you do something else that might be, ooh, questionable. I've done that too. And then, you can quietly say, all right, what do I do? Where do I go? The divine guidance, Archangel Sandalphon, wants us to make wise choices, wants us to line up with wise people. If you want something to do, if you're lacking a purpose and you're lacking a way and a direction, just go inward and ask. Looking for a purpose, looking for a way to help these folks, looking for a way to lift up my heart. Be sure that you're going to get that answer very quickly. The other thing I will say before I let you go, sometimes we can sit in this, I call it the lay-by of life, right? In England, when you're coming along the road, there's a lay-by. It's a little bit of a part of the road that you can sort of pull off, rest stops, if you will. But there are little gaps in the road so the traffic can keep flowing. Anyway, when you find yourself in one of these lay-bys of life and you're really not sure what direction to go in, something's hit you, you've got kicked from left side, you've got a bill that popped in, you can't pay, somebody else tells you something that's shocking. Have you ever noticed that there are folks who pay more attention to shock and awe than they do of what's transformational and what's lifting and what's lightening? What I am now noticing is there is an equal ride of both. I'm noticing now that there are folks who are turning the news off, who are not quite so sure they want to believe or buy into that not so great news, that they are sort of walking away from the gossip, walking away from the bashing and the I almost said the finger pointing. The finger pointing. But I like the finger pointing better. Finger pointing. I like that so much better. Thank you. Yes. I feel a spirit here. It's a bit frivolous. I do that often sometimes. It's when I get into the heavy muck and mire of spiritual work, I get a little serious. And there is this lovely, lovely spirit guide. I honestly don't think it's an angel, but it's a spirit guide. And to me, it's feminine. It's rather rotund and round. If you can picture this, if you want to, close your eyes. It reminds me of a sort of a fae person, which is fairy, human being, almost like the Disney character. Almost a bit like the witch that could but didn't. She has 2 wands in case one doesn't work. She's got some magic, but the magic's a bit twisted. It's this kind of energy that just that just makes me giggle. And this is the sort of energy that the transformation is about. When Cinderella went to the ball, can you imagine if it wasn't really a pumpkin that got turned into a coach, but perhaps it was the other way around, where she sort of thought it was a coach, but was like, one of those yellow taxi cabs that was just a bit more bougie than most. These are the kind of things I'm talking about, being a little bit frivolous, transforming into something that is a little bit more fun, if that makes sense. And I feel like I'm going off topic. Gratitude. Be grateful for the giggling, grateful for the love, grateful for the fun, grateful for the laughter. Good things are constantly flowing, but we've got to keep ourselves up in that good feeling thought, that good feeling energy, that good feeling place. And thank you to my beautiful, wonderful, good friend who reminded me last night about this in a conversation, about the energy that we align ourselves with, the energy that we put out there, because it was really good, a good nugget. And it starts from here and it emanates outwards. There are those dingy, dark passageways of problems that we can go along. We can certainly walk along there. And yes, I'm saying that's part of the balance. People are drawn to light, people are drawn to laughter, people are drawn to effervescence. They're drawn to it just as much as people are drawn to the other. What are you drawn to? What do you want to clear out? Do you want to put on a party dress and spin around? If you're not into party dresses, for the gentlemen that are in the room that are like, this is a little too weird, but I'm all about weird. I've been called weird my whole life, and it's been fabulous. Anyway, I digress. If you feel like doing it, then go do it. I can't see anything wrong with it. That's all I've got to say, and it's time to go. I love you. Thanks for liking, subscribing, doing all the things you do to pop this channel up. And I will be seeing you tomorrow.